Hey everybody, it's Rachel from Rachel is Knitting, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to use the advanced search feature on Ravelry to find patterns that use multiple yarn weights at once. So before I get started, I do want to forewarn you that this video does show screen recordings of the Ravelry platform, so if Ravelry causes harm to you, please click out of this video and I'll see you next time. Alright, here we are on the Ravelry homepage. The first thing we need to do to search through patterns is to see patterns in the first place. So to access the patterns on Ravelry, I'll bring my mouse to the advanced search option in the toolbar and click on it. This is the fastest way to pull up all of the patterns available for public view on Ravelry. Now, it's very popular to hold multiple strands of different fibers together to make an item, whether that is holding a strand of fingering weight merino wool with a strand of lace weight mohair or Surrey alpaca. These kinds of patterns are very common. How do you search for them specifically though? Because oftentimes these patterns are categorized as the weight of these two strands combined, such as sport or DK weight, depending on what weights you're holding together. But there is a way to search for individual yarn strands to make up a pattern. To do this, scroll down, keeping an eye on the left-hand side of your screen. Soon you'll see an option that says Yarn Held Together. Within this category of filter, you'll be able to select if you're searching for patterns that have one single strand, if there are two yarns being used, two yarns of the same weight, three yarns, or you can click on this folder option, which is individual yarn weight. So using my previous example, let's say we're looking for patterns that hold one strand of lace weight with one strand of fingering weight. If I select both of those options from the individual yarn weights selection and scroll back up, I'll see that the only patterns that I'm being shown are those that use one strand of fingering and one strand of lace weight. Let's click on the Love Note by Tin Can Knits, for instance. If I look at the details for this pattern, in the yarn weight section, it does say yarn held together, fingering, and lace to equal DK. So if I were searching for DK weight patterns, the Love Note would still come up, but if I'm specifically trying to find patterns that use one strand of fingering with one strand of lace, this approach to the advanced search feature helps you pinpoint those results. You can also conduct this search with other yarn weights. So let me take us back to the advanced search window. I'll scroll back down towards the bottom of the screen to where it says the Yarn Held Together section. If I click back on the individual yarn weight option, I'll be shown the list of checkboxes I can select. I'll deselect fingering and instead swap that out for DK. If I scroll back up to the top of the screen, I should see patterns that only have lace weight held with DK. So for instance, let's look at the Bestie Vestie by Vanessa Smith. As we can see in the yarn weight category, this calls for yarn held together, DK weight, and lace weight to equal a DK weight. Now, some patterns with DK and lace may be listed as worsted or even Aran, depending on the gauge that it's being knit up into. But I hope that's helpful. It's a great way to pinpoint some specific search parameters. I know I'm not the only one with lots of lace weight in my stash that I'd love to pair with other yarns, but sometimes I feel a bit overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. So definitely take advantage of the Yarn Held Together search parameters. You may find some really good patterns that you want to cast on next. So I hope that's helpful. Happy searching, happy knitting, and I'll see you later.